happy to have you guys back for another episode. Back through the cut, not tango. If you just like what you saw last time you passed through, appreciate you coming back. If this is your new first time, my name is Mondo. I like outdoors. I love to travel. I love to give back. And I love earning currencies. I'll just leave it at that. However I can, I do. Yeah. Today, what we are here to talk about is 5 things I wish I knew before I went to Brazil. Brasilia to be exact. 5 things. Not 10. 5 things. It may be 10, but it's actually 5. 5 key things that I need you guys to know or remember, because some of the things I actually knew, I just didn't remember. So let's get into it now. Number 1, the first thing, get a European adapter. It is so simple. It's just a small, you know what? Let me go get mine. I'll show you a bit back.
Few moments later. Moments later. Moments later. More moments later. 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 The following Thursday. Later that same evening. Just.
Well, so I didn't remember where I put it, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just put a picture like right here. This is what it is. This right here. This is what you should have had. What I should have brought. I actually had a couple, but I just didn't remember. So don't forget those. It's rather inconvenient. That's why if you saw my blog in Brazil, when I was in Sao Paulo waiting to go to Brasilia, when I had to say, well, I was gonna go out walking around, but then I ended up not because I ended up having that issue looking for a plug. That was the issue. Mad inconvenient. But yeah. The major mistake I made, took way too much US money. Way too much money, US money. Not to say that I was balling or anything, but like Brazil, they do not care for US at all. Like at all. Like they look at you like I was in the airport and I'm like, hey, same adapter. How much is it? It said 20 on it. I was like, is this $20? Pulls out the US?
No.
What you mean you don't take that?
No.
It's US money.
No.
Like I had to change my Bahamian money to US to come here for you to now tell me you don't even take Bahamian money. I mean US money. So, moral of the story, I'd say only take about maybe $100, $200 US in cash just for your transit from where you're going to where you're expected to go in Brazil. Now, granted, if you're a person who, needs more money than that, then, go for it. But realistically, I really, like, my flight, they had food on it. So where I went to go get food before my flight from Miami to Brasilia, it wasn't necessary. The actual second flight from from Sao Paulo to Brasilia, there was no food, so I ate then. But eating before that flight, I was turbulent AF, like mad turbulent. Ended up causing your boy get sick that night. That's why you saw in the vlog. If you didn't watch it, I'll insert the clip somewhere here. You can watch the vlog from Brazil. Dog, was not feeling good. But the hotel was. Use the ATM. That goes with the point of part 2. Use the ATM, because what I found is I was impressed initially. Man, it's hot. I was impressed initially to say, oh, I'm gonna go to this exchange. I gave them like $23 US. Got like 57. I don't say anywhere from 60 to 70 reais back. I was like, oh yeah. But had I known, I actually could have gotten about 100 reais. So it was like about a 20 real exchange charge, which that could have been, something else. So yeah, that's one thing I really wish I had known. The next thing, third point, and don't be weird. Make friends if you could before you go to Brazil, because then it just makes the whole experience more fun. If you can, hit up anyone on Instagram, Facebook, anyone like that who you may know, or someone who you know knows someone in that country. What I do, I'm in a fraternity, Blue Fire. So I actually went in through and hit up all the fraternity groups I was in, let them know I was going to Brazil. There wasn't anyone in Brazil at that time, but there were a few of my frat brothers who actually lived in parts of Brazil, but it wasn't close to where I was gonna be. But those are suggestions. Whilst you're looking, add me on Instagram, MondoPB3, Facebook, Mondo Powerboy, Mondo PB3. Give them a like on the Facebook page. But yeah, like, knock that out. Do not. Just go on Facebook, be like, hey, I'm going to Brazil this day, this time. I never advise for people to give away the date and time they're going places. Personally, for me, I really don't even put anything on social media until I am away. So I never really share that information until I'm already there. Or I may even share it after I've returned. So it just depends on you. But I'll host all of that information on do's and don'ts of solo travel in another video. If you guys want to, just drop a comment down below if you're interested in that. Or if you have never traveled by yourself, please drop a comment down below. You got to. It's so much benefits I'll talk about before.
Number 4.
Yeah. So, what I'd say for number 4, download Google Translate. I don't know how I thought I was going to a foreign country with no translation app on my phone. Not to say none. I had it, but I didn't remember to download the Portuguese language in the Google app. So that is a big must. Go download the app. You're going to see a button that says, languages, offline languages. Go in there, Portuguese, Spanish. You definitely want to get those. Made my trip a whole lot easier. If you watched the part 3 of the Brazil trip, you would see where I was talking to a girl looking for directions to the mall by myself. Pulled out the phone, just showed her it. She pointed. I ended up at the mall. So yeah, definitely want to look into that. 5 major tip that would have helped me a lot is had I had either a data plan on my local phone, which is an Alive service, or had I thought ahead and actually paid for there's something called like a Wi-Fi service that their major telecommunication companies host. The main ones that I found were, hold on, let me read it to you guys. Vivo, TIM, Claro, and OI. So wait, I guess, I don't know. Those are the 5 major ones I saw about the place. I saw actually 3 of them in the mall that I was at in Brasilia. So yeah, if you could get the plan, if you're gonna be there about a week or so, I'd say get the plan. They have prepaid plans. If you're not gonna be there long, then just look into, because there's something where you could pay for Wi-Fi, and they have the Wi-Fi service mostly all over Brazil. Any mall or major place you go, they have access to it. You just need to have a login for it. So that is the final tip. Now the 6th tip that I was telling you about before I got to the 5th tip, yeah, that one. If you don't eat pork or like certain types of meats, I definitely tell you look into that before you go to Brazil, because they eat it all, and it tastes good, mind you, because I went over there and I ate some things that I don't eat when I'm home. But like, yeah, unless you are okay with eating any and everything, you definitely want to make sure have that translator and have an idea of where you can go to get those dietary fixes in order. And the 7th and final thing is their international food chains. I went to McDonald's and had the biggest sandwich in my life. I went to a good bit of states in my travels. I've been on 40 trips in the past 5 years. 40 trips in the past 5 years. Yes, not 40 trips in the past year. That was a mistake. But I've been in 40 trips in the past 5 years, and I can tell you, Brazil was the first place that I actually got a McDonald's sandwich that was the size of the picture. It was 35 real, which was, I want to say maybe, I guess like $7, maybe 10. But it was amazing, like the best sandwich in life. I'll put a picture in here to show you guys how it looked. It was delicious. So those are my 5 main tips. Next thing I'm gonna give you guys is just some places you guys can go that are for free. When I looked them up, they came up in Spanish, so I'll just read them to you in Spanish. You guys can kind of find this stuff out. It's on TripAdvisor. The 5th and 4th one I didn't get to go to, but my recommendations for the top 3 would have been the Museu Nacional da República, Brasilia Zoo, and Cathedral Metropolitana, which was the Cathedral of Brazil. The Cathedral of Brazil was beautiful. It was amazing. Glass all around, like it really was amazing. Like I don't know how they maintain a structure of that sort, but kudos to you guys. Federation de Brasilia. Comment if I got that right. I don't know. But yeah. Now, what I would say about my trip, how was the trip? It was amazing. The things that I would say from Brazil, what I wish I had known when I was flying down, like from Miami to Sao Paulo flight, when I looked out the window and like I could see the ground and the landscape, and I saw the favelas, like the actual favelas from the sky. There was really a moment where I was like, I'm like, I don't even want to go out. Like I'm scared. Like, you know, I was like, but it's like, I ain't used to traveling with myself, so I'm like, bro, whatever. Like my old lady, like, hey, you sure you want to go to Brazil? Like, you know, they be doing kidnappings and thing over there. I'm like, bro, I be going everywhere. Like God got me. I don't feel nothing, you know. So got over there. It's kind of like, So that might have been the next reason why I didn't leave the airport. Just saying, just being honest. I walked across the road, but when it came to like a line, like they had like a line, and that's what kind of got me concerned. Let me tell you guys, there was literally like a fence, and there was police at the fence, like checking to see why people coming out the favela to go by the airport. And not to say just go to the airport, because it's like I walked across a main road, so I'm guessing they had other stuff in the area, but them favelas, like Sao Paulo, looked rough. Granted, I went inside the favelas in Brasilia. I didn't really post too much of it, nor record too much of it, because, you know, yeah. But it was fun. It was a great experience. The things I didn't expect to see, I guess their airport. Like the setup in their airport is so advanced. Like you could buy pretty much anything you want out of Sao Paulo's airport from just London. Like they have everything. Like it is huge. Like that airport was ridiculous. I walked for 4 hours, and I felt like out of those 4 hours, 3 of them I was looking for a plug, an adapter, and my gate. So it was ridiculous. So I'm happy I had that extended time frame. Shout out to my frat brother. Sean Lee told me not to exit the airport because traffic is ridiculous, and I am so happy I listened to him, because I'm gonna tell you guys, like, yeah, like it was rough. But yeah, now what I would say, just had to lean back for this. I am from the Bahamas, and I have seen the way that the media portrays countries like the Bahamas, Brazil, other places for tourists, and I must say the level of alarm that they did give me, I did feel it was a bit unwarranted. I don't know if it's because of maybe regulation changes in government, whatever, but it's like, yeah, like most of the Brazilians I met were either nice or was just to themselves. When I say to themselves, like, yeah, okay, hi, like, you know. But I don't know, like, hey, it may be also, I'm black, I have locks, so, you know, like, I was everywhere. We've been everywhere, like, out till 3, 4 in the morning, just having fun. Yeah. You thought I was gonna forget, eh? Yeah, you thought I was gonna forget. Hit the button, bro. Bro, if you don't want to hit the button, it's cool. If you don't want to subscribe, it's cool. Just saying, if you're back here again, cheapest you hit the button. Hit the bell, get the notification. You always gonna be aware when I'm recording and putting them up. Well, not recording, because you don't know I'm recording, but you'll know when they're out. Yeah. If you guys wanna see a video on like how I do my solo trips, what all I need to know or plan and look for before or after my trips, not after because I would already be on the trip, but before the trip, then yeah, let me know in the comments. I'll definitely make a video. It's quarantine. We're in self-isolation right now. So I got some free time. Let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll make it. So peace. Do I want to do number 5 first? So those are the 5 tips. I'm gonna give you guys 2 extra ones. I didn't really count them because I wouldn't really count them as tips. They're just kind of suggestions. Because from jumping the gun. Forgetting number 5 first. Number 1, hit the button right there. Subscribe, like, comment, share.